So, hello everyone, and welcome to Things to Consider When Selling Your House, the Summer 2024 edition. My name is David Hittle. I'm a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville, and today we will be talking about why do you want to make a move, the current housing supply, and why now is a sweet spot for sellers, how the sun is shining on sellers this summer, today's sellers market being good for your bottom line, how home equity can be a game changer when you sell, a checklist for selling your house, working with an expert always beats going solo, and key reasons to hire a real estate agent when you sell. So let's get started. My name is David Hittle. I am a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville. I work Louisville and the surrounding areas. I'm licensed here in Kentucky. So, why do you want to move? So, if you were thinking about selling your house, it's probably because something in your life is different, not because of how the housing market is doing. Whether the housing market's doing good or bad doesn't really matter to you. You're wanting to sell your home for a particular reason. So, discovering what that reason is will be helpful in determining um, whether or not now is actually a really good time. Realtor.com said no matter what interest rates and home prices do next, sometimes homeowners just have to move due to a new job, a new baby, a divorce, death, some other major life change. So the most common reasons people choose to sell is relocation. So the first one is relocation. Some of the things that can motivate a move to a new area include changing jobs, a desire to be closer to friends and loved ones, wanting to live in your ideal location, or just looking for a change in scenery. So, if you've landed your dream job in another state, you may be thinking about selling your current home and moving for work. Many homeowners decide to sell to move into a larger home, so upgrading. This is especially common when there's a need for more room to entertain, a home office, gym, additional bedrooms to accommodate a growing number of loved ones, etc. Or maybe you're at the point where you need to downsize, you need to shrink the size of your home. So homeowners may also decide to sell because someone has moved out of the home recently and there's now more space than is needed. Could also be that you've decided to retire or are ready for a change. Another reason may be a change in relationship status, maybe a divorce, a separation, or a marriage are other common reasons that individuals decide to sell. And finally, it could be for health reasons. If a homeowner is facing mobility challenges or health issues that require specific living arrangements or modifications, they might sell their house to find one that works better for them. The bottom line is that while mortgage rates and home prices are a part of your decision, there's more to consider, like if your needs have changed. And to make sure you have someone to explain the latest on today's market, help you weigh your options, get your home sold for top dollar, we need to connect. So if that is you, let me know. So deciding whether it's the right time to sell your home is a very personal decision. There are numerous important questions to consider, both financial and lifestyle based, before putting your home on the market. Your future plans and goals should be a significant part of the equation. So, current housing supply could be a sweet spot for sellers, like you wondering if it still makes sense to sell your home right now. The short answer is yes. And if you look at the current number of homes on the market, you'll see two reasons why. An article with calculated risk shows that there are 38.4% more homes for sale now compared to the same week last year. That tells us that inventory has grown. But going back to 2019, the last normal year, in the housing market, there are about 36% fewer homes available now. So with less inventory, your home, it shines a brighter light. Your home becomes a commodity that a potential home buyer has to see. So here's a breakdown of how today's inventory benefits you. Right now, you have more options for your move. So not only do you have to worry about selling your home with limited inventory, which is a good thing, you have to then have the options of where you're moving to. So with the little bit of increase in inventory, you get to take advantage of the lower inventory when you sell your home, but you get to take advantage of the little bit higher inventory when you go to purchase a home. You still won't have as much competition when you sell, which is good. We talked about the comparison between now and 2019. But the number of homes for sale and new listing activity is continuing to improve compared to last year. However, the inventory of homes for sale still has a long journey back to pre-pandemic levels. For you, that means if you work with an agent to price your house right, it should still get a lot of attention from eager buyers and could sell fast. So the bottom line is, if you are a homeowner looking to sell, now is still a good time. And you'll have more options when buying your next home. And there's still not a ton of competition from other sellers. So if you are ready to move, let's connect to get the ball rolling. So here's why the sun is shining on sellers this summer. So maybe you need to find your slice of sunshine. If your needs have changed and maybe you want an outdoor oasis, space to entertain, or neighborhood amenities, this may be a time to sell your home. Now is a great time to sell, and here's some benefits. You have eager buyers. Some buyers are eager to move before the next school year. We typically see increased listings in the summertime, and we typically see increased purchases during the summertime compared to the spring, fall, and winter. You may be looking and getting top dollar. That demand from the eager buyers means the potential for multiple offers and a higher sales price. And finally, you may have high home equity. The equity you get from your sale can help you fuel your next move. So today's seller's market is good for your bottom line. And here's why. To keep it simple, today's inventory situation still means we are in a seller's market. So today's inventory level nationwide, according to the National Association of Realtors, is at 3.5 months. Anything less than 6 months or less, is considered a seller's market. Between 6 and 7 months is a neutral market where both buyers and sellers are right there in the driver's seat. They're competing for who is going to have the biggest say. And then when there is 7+ months of inventory, we see a buyer's market. That's when buyers have a ton of inventory to choose from, and it makes your home sell much harder. You, as the seller, have to compete for the buyers versus the buyers competing for your home. So again, a neutral market is when the supply and demand is balanced. Basically, there are enough homes to meet the buyer demand based on the current sales pace. A buyer's market is when there are more homes for sale than there are buyers. And when that happens, buyers have more negotiation power because sellers are willing to make compromises to just get their home sold. And then a seller's market is just the opposite. The supply of homes for sale is low. It's much harder for buyers to find homes to purchase, and that creates increased competition among purchasers, which can lead to more bidding wars. So what this means for you is that if you are selling a home, the market is still working in your favor. And if you lean on the advice of an agent on how to get your house list ready and how to price it competitively, it should get a lot of attention. A recent article from Ramsey Solutions, my friends, a seller's market is when demand for homes is higher than the supply of homes. And that is still the case right now. If you are planning to sell your house, you can expect it to sell it fairly quickly for close to your asking price, as long as your asking price is realistic for the current market. So the bottom line is today's housing market still favors sellers. So if you are ready to sell your house, let's connect so you can start making your move. With the typical home listing price up 40% from 5 years ago, many home sellers are sitting on a healthy equity cushion. And this means they are likely to walk away from a home sale with proceeds that they can use to offset the amount of borrowing needed for their next home purchase. That, according to Danielle Hale, the chief economist at Realtor.com. Home equity is an absolute game changer when you're selling your home. And if you're on the fence about selling your house due to today's mortgage rates and home prices, understanding how much money, how much home equity you have could be the key to making your decision to sell that much easier. An article from Bankrate explained exactly what the equity is and how it grows. Home equity is the difference between your home's value and the amount you still owe on your mortgage. It represents the paid off portion of your home, or the profit. You'll start off with a certain level of equity when you make your down payment to buy the home, then continue to build equity as you pay down your mortgage. Think of equity as a simple math equation. It's the value of your home now minus what you owe on your mortgage. And guess what? Recently, your equity has probably grown more than you think. In the past years, home prices skyrocketed, which means your home's value has skyrocketed and your equity likely shot up too. So you may have more equity than you actually realize. Home equity helps with the affordability concern. And Americans are sitting on tremendous equity. I wish I could get a hold of every every homeowner and just tell them how much equity they have in their home, because it would make decisions, their financial decisions, so much easier. According to the census and ATTOM data solutions, 39.3% of Americans own the home free and clear, meaning they don't have a mortgage, meaning whatever their home's value is 100% profit after all the expenses. 27.8% of mortgaged homes had more than 50% equity. So that means that they have paid down over half of their home. So when they go to sell, they'll pay off their mortgage and have a nice chunk of change to put towards their next house. And finally, 33.9% of mortgaged homes had less than 50% equity. So if you take a look at that, 33.9% is less than those homeowners that own free and clear, and is a little bit more than the ones that have more than 50% equity. So 67.4% have paid off their mortgage or have at least 50% equity, homeowners in America today. And after you sell your house, you can use your equity to help you buy your next home. Here's how. You could have enough equity to be an all cash buyer on your next home. You could use all of the money that you make from the sale of your home and put it towards your next house, paying it off entirely and not even having to worry about a mortgage, much less have to worry about those mortgage interest rates. If that is not you, your equity would allow you to make a larger down payment so that your mortgage would be less, you'll receive a better interest rate, and your payment will not be as high. Borrowers who put down more money typically receive a better interest rate from the lenders, and this is due to the fact that a larger down payment lowers the lender's risk. Are you planning to move? Your home equity can really help you out, and let's connect to see how much equity you have and how it can help with your next home. So again, Selma Hepp, the chief economist at CoreLogic, says that rising home prices continue to fuel growing home equity, which at $298,000 per average borrower remained near historic highs at the end of 2023. So here's a checklist, a small checklist for selling your home. And if you do decide to sell your home and you do decide to work with me, David Hittle, with United Real Estate Louisville, you will get a much more thorough checklist than this. But this could help you get started towards making your home list ready. Maybe you are one of those people that don't want anybody to see your home until it's ready. So here's a checklist for selling your home. You should always make it inviting. Open the blinds or curtains. Let that natural light in. Check your light bulbs and replace them as needed. Take down your personal photos or items. That way, strangers aren't seeing who your family is or not seeing your family. Fix anything that's broken. If it's broken, fix it. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. And then make sure that you give every room a clear purpose. So if it's an office, put a desk in there, put a chair in there. If it's a bedroom, make it look like a bedroom. If it's a game room, make it look like a game room. You gotta give every room a purpose so that buyers, potential buyers, can see what they can expect. Show it's been cared for. Clean your vents and baseboards. Vacuum, mop, or sweep the floors. Declutter throughout. Organize the countertops, cabinets, and closets. Make it look organized and not cluttered, because clutter turns people off, turns potential buyers off. And touch up any scuffs on the walls. You've lived in your home. Now it's time to make it look like it's never been lived in. Boost your curb appeal. Curb appeal is huge. Power wash your outdoor surfaces. Wash the windows inside and out. Tidy up the landscaping. Freshen up your entry. Sweep patios, decks, and walkouts. And again, if you decide to work with me on the sale of your home, you will get a much more thorough checklist for getting your home ready for sale. But this is an important part of getting your home sold. And working with an expert beats going solo. So if you're thinking about selling your home on your own, this is called for sale by owner, or FSBO. There are some important things that you should consider. Going this route means that you are taking responsibility, and that could mean a bit more of a headache. A report from the National Association of Realtors found two of the most difficult tasks for people who sell their house on their own is getting the price right and understanding and performing the paperwork. Every year, more and more paperwork comes out when it comes to selling your home. Every year, more and more regulation, more and more, just everything goes into the selling of your home. And as a real estate agent, I have to be up to date on all of that. So here are just a few ways an agent will help with those difficult tasks. So getting the price right, one of the most important things that you can do when it comes to selling your home. If you are selling your house on your own, two common issues can happen. For starters, you might ask for too much money or overpricing. I see that a lot in the for sale by owners that I take a look at. Alternatively, you might not ask for enough. I've seen this every now and then as well. People underprice their home. Either way, this can make your home hard to sell. According to NerdWallet, when selling a home, first impressions matter. Your house's market debut is your first chance to attract a buyer, and it's important to get the pricing right. If your home is overpriced, you run the risk of buyers not seeing it at all. But price your house too low, and you could end up leaving some serious money on the table. A bargain basement price could also turn some buyers away, as they may wonder if there are any underlying problems with the house. To avoid these problems, team up with a real estate agent. Agents know how to figure out the perfect price because they understand the local housing market, and they can use their expertise to set a price that matches what buyers are willing to pay, giving your house the best chance to impress from the start. The second problem was understanding and performing the paperwork. I recorded a bunch of videos for a future channel that I'm going to be, a future website that I'm going to be putting on that just goes through the paperwork that's needed to sell a home. And it's like 7 or 10 videos. It was a lot of work on my behalf, but I did it. Selling a house involves a bunch of paperwork and legal documentation, and it has to be just right. There are also a lot of rules and regulations to follow, making it a bit trickier for homeowners to manage everything on their own. Without a pro by your side, you could end up facing liability risks and legal complications. Real estate agents are experts in all the contracts and paperwork needed for selling a house. We know the rules and can guide you through it all, reducing the chances of a mistake that might lead to legal problems or delays. So instead of dealing with the growing pile of documents on your own, team up with an agent who can be your advisor, helping you avoid any legal bumps in the road. Selling your house is a big deal. It is likely the most valuable item that you have. It's also the most important item that you have. It's the most expensive, the most valuable, and it's where you live. So having a real estate agent makes a huge difference with setting the right price and managing all the details so that you can sell confidently. If you want to sell your home, please don't do it alone. Let's connect to make the process smooth and take that stress off your plate. And here are some more reasons to hire a real estate agent when you sell. We have the industry expertise. We are well versed in the housing market and know the ins and outs of the entire process. We have expert insights. We can simply and effectively explain today's market conditions and what they mean for you. We know the pricing and market value of your home. I will sit down. If you hire me, I will sit down and make sure that I give you all of the numbers, all of the data, so that you know exactly what your home is worth and why we are pricing it the way we are. We take care of all the contracts and fine print. We will explain things to you if we're able to. And if we're not able to, we will connect you with the individuals who can explain it so that you have confidence in what you're signing. The biggest thing that a realtor does for you is marketing and exposure. Selling a home is more than just putting a sign in the yard and putting the home on the MLS. It takes running advertisements, both print, digital, social media. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and sometimes a lot of money to market and expose a home to the masses. And we have the effective marketing tools and networks to attract more buyers. And finally, negotiation experience. I can't speak for every real estate agent, but myself, I am a certified real estate negotiator. meaning I have taken classes on becoming a better negotiator in the real estate sphere. So we will act as a buffer in negotiations with all the parties throughout the entire transaction. So your listing agent, that would be your realtor on the selling side, will also, of course, be on your side throughout negotiation. We will double check paperwork that comes through. We will communicate with the buyer's agent and other parties to the sale and generally stay on top of things through to closing day. Let's chat. I'm sure you have questions and thoughts about the real estate process, and I'd love to talk with you about what you've read here and help you on the path to selling your house. My contact information is below, and I look forward to working with you soon. Have a great day.